Basically, no-fault divorce deconstructs marriage into a collection of individuals. There's no longer a one flesh union. There's no longer an understanding that the children are entitled to the relationship with both parents, and that they're entitled to the stability of their parents' union, that's a value to the children. There's no understanding of that at all. And so because there's often, I would estimate 70% of marriages have a reluctant party. What that means is that person has to be separated from the assets of the family. That person has to be kicked out of the house. That person has to be kept away from the children because they don't want that to happen, and so then the state gets involved. The state, which says we can't determine who's at fault here, that's too hard. Well, now they're looking at your finances, they're listening, they're sending you for psychological evaluations, they're, like you said, determining custody and whether you can see your own child at a baseball game, which happens to be not at the same time as your assigned visitation. I mean, it's an outrage. Really, when you think about what the family courts get involved in, it's an outrage. And at our summit,
so a lot of lawyers I know want nothing to do with family court because it makes them miserable.
Just
trying to
dealing
negotiate
with it. Just dealing with it. Yeah, it's very true. And so that field is left to basically to the sharks, to people who enjoy making money by stirring up people's trouble and making people mad at each other and so on and so forth. So at our summit, we recorded all of our talks. So on our Facebook page, there is a talk by Dr. Steve Baskerville who explains the whole no-fault divorce system and how it empowers the state. That's the name of his talk, How No-Fault Divorce Empowers the State. And I learned a lot from him, in order to write this book. But one of the things he did is he took the whole Bill of Rights, he went through the first 10 amendments to the Constitution and showed how no-fault divorce violates every one of them. It's unbelievable.
One of the things then, again, I wish people would read this to sort of pull away the curtain. That's the first step. Then, how do we begin the reconstruction? And your subtitle is that the church was right all along on family and raising children and sexuality. How do we start to undo this mess?